Hey guys, it's Kelsey. I'm back with another scrapbooking process video, and today is Off the Board with Pineapple Papers, and I think most, if not all of us, are using a sketch. This is a sketch from Christie's 30 Days of Sketches for Scraptember, and so we figured we might as well play along since we're all doing collaborations on the same day, just use the same sketch. And it's a good one. It's a different type of sketch than I usually use, but I really like how there's kind of color blocked big layers of paper in the background, multiple pictures, and a couple areas noted for embellishment. So I'm going to go ahead and try and get the background down. I'm trying to figure out what papers I want to use for the color blocking. In the sketch, there's a large Virgil Cole paper on the right side, and then the left side there's two blocks of different papers. I'm trying to use some scraps I already had from this collection for these color blocked areas, so I thought I would pull in a 12 by 12 that would kind of serve to put everything on, because I want gaps in between all these color blocks like there is in the sketch. So I have on the right side this brighter green polka dot, and then on the left side I was trying to find two separate papers, but a lot of the other scraps I had were busier, and I kind of wanted these papers, since there's a lot of patterned paper in the background, to be more toned down. I decided to use the same paper for the two left-hand blocks, but instead of having it one block, I still decided to do two separate squares just to keep that interest in kind of the integrity of the sketch. So you can kind of see me putting everything together. I really like this maroon background I'm using, and I'm thinking I will map my pictures in this paper, so I do need to gut it in order to have that paper to save. So you can see me kind of hiding these gaps between these larger papers. And now I'm going to go ahead and get the color blocked areas down. So I kind of have this maroon and green theme going on. I'm thinking I'm definitely going to be pulling in some pinks. You can see that floral fussy cut to the left. That's one of the other 12 by 12s in this collection, is these big pink and maroon florals. So off camera, before I started, I went ahead and fussy cut those because there are some floral areas of embellishment noted on the sketch, and I thought it would be really cool if I could use these big florals for those areas. So I know I'm pulling in those colors as well, and I like that because these florals have that green in it that's in the polka dot. It also has kind of the maroon pops in it, as well as all these different pinks, so that kind of gave me room. Like, it already coordinates with the papers I'm using, but it also gives me some leeway to pull in some pinks from the collection if I want to add that into my layers as well. So I'm almost done here gluing everything down. In hindsight, I kind of wish I would have inked all of these layers, but by the time I thought about it, I had these glued down, and I really didn't want to pull them all up again, so I'm just rolling with it. But I do wish I kind of would have inked them now. But I think my background's almost done, and then I'm going to go ahead and work on this 3-photo photo strip. I already trimmed these photos down when I was trying to plan out how they would work out spatially. They were 4 by 6s, but I think I ended up trimming them down to 4.5 by 3.5. And this page is about Plum, which is the little dairy, the Holstein heifer that I showed my junior year of college at UGA in the little international livestock show. So I really wanted to document this. If you guys follow me, you know in my albums going backwards, they're chronological, but I'm going back in time. So you would have already seen that Plum and I won reserve champion when we had the show, but this is going back even farther to when I first started working with her. So this top photo here of the little cow's nose I took was super cute, but that's not Plum, but I had to still document it. That's one of her sisters. I think she was named Peaches. I actually think my friend ended up showing her all the cows from this. I mean, it's not, I want to say litter, but it's obviously they're different cows from different moms, so they're not that, but this group of heifers were all named after fruits, which I thought was really cute. So that top photo I'm pretty sure is Peaches. The middle photo is Plum, and then the bottom photo is a picture of me and Plum. And I don't know why I picked Plum. I was just drawn to her, and she actually was one of the more difficult heifers. They pretty much threw us out in the pasture and was like, catch a heifer and halter breaker, have fun. And it was quite a rodeo, that first kind of training session. It's the first time these heifers had had a halter on, and the first time they're trying to be like led around in the pasture. And it was quite hysterical watching all of these college students, many without any experience with cows, trying to halter break them, and it was quite a rodeo. They would drag us across the pasture. They'd kind of be doing their bucking, and my arms were tired at the end of this, but it was amazing how quickly they learn. I'm kind of used to working with horses and dogs and cats who, they take several sessions of being consistent to learn. And this heifer, I mean, within an hour, she was letting me lead her around and halter broke. And it was really kind of amazing how quickly they kind of accepted the halter and started to work with you after the initial, what the heck is going on? So yeah, I really wanted to document that. So now that I have my photos down, I matted all the photos in that maroon paper, and then I wanted to mat them all together similar as in the sketch. So I matted them on kind of a multicolor pink and yellow marbly print that I thought coordinated with these flowers really well. And I'm trying to position it more to the right, kind of like, same as in the sketch. I'm really trying to stay close to it, but enough room to where this larger floral on the left doesn't run off the page. So I kind of have my smaller partial floral in the upper right hand corner just peeking around the edge, and then this larger one over here to the left. And I'm just thinking that's going to be my two areas of embellishment, and I really like that that's on the diagonal because it already creates some flow. So that's just what I'm starting for right now. But yeah, I have an extra pink one. I was thinking about using all three of them because in the sketch there is 3 areas of embellishment with the floral. But I think because this one floral is so large on the left side, I'm going to forego the other one and just stick with these 2. And now I'm just going through the cut aparts to see what's in my color scheme and what I might want to use to layer up. I really like this cute little green Good Vibes. And I'm thinking I'll have it on the left side with this floral because I already have the green polka dot pattern on the right side. I do have that same color green within the leaves of the floral on the left side, but I think it would be nice to pull in a little bit more of that. So I do go ahead and pull that in. I'm kind of toying with the idea of having an embellishment cluster in the upper left-hand corner, but I end up moving that Good Vibes down to the floral and just keeping everything along this diagonal. I really like when you have big pieces like these florals to kind of keep some other areas of the page more simple and open, so your eye has a place to rest because there's so much going on in the other areas. So yeah, now that I went through the cut aparts of this collection, which is Heidi Swap's Honey and Spice collection, I'm going through some of my goodies from Heidi Swap's Carefree collection, which coordinates really well, and seeing if there's anything from that collection I might want to pull in. And there's several stickers on the sticker sheet that I like. So I'm pulling in, I think there's a yellow scripty one that's kind of that greeny yellow that says nothing but smiles. I've tried to get this sticker on so many pages and it never makes it. So I'm determined to get that sticker on this page. I put it on that lower photo there, but it kind of ends up creating a third area of embellishment. And again, I don't want that. I kind of want to stick to everything being on this diagonal. So I do move that sticker up a little bit. And then I will end up pulling in a couple gold stickers that says, one says happy with you. So I put that on the sticker of Plum because I am happy with her, and keep going because we still have a lot of work to do from this very first session of halter breaking to getting show ready. So I thought both of those were appropriate. I'll get those on in a minute. But since I am thinking about adding gold, I do want to go ahead and introduce gold into the floral cluster as well. So I went ahead and pulled in this gold and white polka dot tag. That way gold is just there. Up until this point, I don't have any gold on the page, and it was looking weird to me when I was thinking about adding these gold word stickers. So now that I have kind of a substantial gold element in one of my clusters, I feel better about putting those stickers on there. So I'll get those over there. I think I'm just going through all these sticker sheets and trying to figure out what else to do. I definitely get stuck on this one a couple times trying to finish out the embellishment. I really like these big florals, but I have this issue with wanting to add more embellishment but not wanting to cover them up. So I think I struck an okay balance. Since I got stuck embellishment wise though, I decided to switch gears momentarily and just talk or think about my title. These are the Brooke Puffy stickers from Felicity Jane, and I really liked that pink that was pulled in. It kind of brings in a different shade of pink from those florals. So I'm just going to title it Plum because that is my little heifer's name. And then I put these stickers away, but then I realized that that color pink is really looking lonely on the page. It kind of sticks out as a sore thumb as being too different. And so since I have that in the lower left hand corner, I decided to add a word in the upper right hand corner as well, just so that alphabet is balanced, that color is balanced, and it looks like it makes a little bit more sense than just having one thing on the page that's different. Usually if you just add more of that one thing, it starts to look like it belongs. So I add Plum down here, and then I just add the word moo to the top because she's a cow, and I was feeling super original. So I'm going to go ahead and add that up there. And I like that because it starts to fill out or note the areas where I might want a little bit more embellishment and layering up there, because I haven't so far added anything to this cluster in the upper right. So I like that the title kind of starts with that. And then as I'm going through figuring out where I can layer more, I figure it might be nice to pull in this lighter green polka dot onto the left side on the darker green, and then pull some of that darker green color over to the right hand embellishment with the lighter green. So I had a scrap of this green polka dot. I'm just doing a torn detail, kind of creating a banner coming out from the tag. Just add another layered element, another bit of texture, and another piece of interest. And I think that that looks nice, and the title looks better since it's resting up against that green. There's not really this awkward space from where I had to keep it lower so it wouldn't interact with the floral element. So I like that, and now that I've done that, I'm looking for a darker green element to kind of do the same thing on the right hand side. So you can see me adding that darker green torn element up there underneath that title. And then I wanted to use the rest of that cut apart sheet. You can see, or that little strip that I used underneath the moo, it says "You are entirely up to you." And I thought it was a nice sentiment, and kind of representative of me and Plum. Like, we're only going to do as good as, the work we put into learning. So I end up going in and adding the rest of that cut apart piece back in when I get going. But now that I've started with the embellishment clusters again, I'm like, okay, I kind of unstuck myself. Let's see what else I can add. And now that I have gold, I went through and added a couple gold heart stickers. And I like what those add. I do move them around a little bit. I think that heart changes. That's over by the smile. I'll move the heart and the smile. Actually, the heart's up by the moo, and I'll move that down. And then the nothing but smile sticker on the bottom photo, I'll move up, and both of those will create a little cluster on that middle photo. So you'll see that in a minute. It was just looking too distracting on that bottom photo, so I'm trying to find another spot for it. But I think right there in the middle is perfect. I kind of felt like those gold word stickers kind of disappeared a little bit with the coloring of the background. So having the sticker that says nothing but smiles above it kind of draws your attention to that area so you notice them. And then I'll end up moving that gold heart sticker from the moo down, and that'll create its own little cluster. So haven't gotten there yet. Here's where I go back and add that cut apart piece, and I like what that adds as well. And I think I get stuck here again, and I remember I'm like, I kind of want some cow embellishment or a cow something, since it is cow themed. The context is anyways, not necessarily the photo. So I do remember I have some cow wood veneer for this page. So I go in and pull out some cows, and then I go ahead and pull out some tiny heart wood veneer, and I thought it would be cute to include them as well. I toyed with keeping them raw, but for some reason on this page it looked wrong. But I kept thinking about if I painted them, pink or white, they might blend in too much. So I decided, since I am adding some more gold, that I can paint them gold with my Heidi Swapp Gold Color Shine, and then just add some sprinkles of the color shine on the page so all of that ties together. So you'll see I kind of use a paintbrush. I just dip it into my mist, and it creates a really beautiful kind of wash on the wood veneer, and it just ends up really shimmery and soft and gold, and I think that ends up looking really nice on the final page. And it still kind of keeps the neutral wood veneer look, but just adds some sparkle, and I think that's just what it needed to kind of tie in a little more and stand out, because they were kind of blending in too much when they were neutral. So it just takes me a moment to paint all of those. I paint two little cows that I'll have in each corner, and then I will paint two little hearts to go with each cow in each cluster. So it just takes me a minute to get that done. I think I just do 2 coats. If you wanted more of a solid gold, I'm sure you could do 3 and it would, but I really kind of liked how this 2 coat ended up looking. So, and there we go. And then before I put it away, I was like, oh, let's go ahead and do some splatter. So I did some splatter. And then I think I'll go ahead and glue these cows down. And then after that, I'm still kind of like, it doesn't seem done yet. I want to add a little bit more. So I'll go through my stash and find some more kind of pink little heart elements I can add. There's lots of hearts on this page by the end, which I'm always fine with. I feel like I put hearts on everything. But by the end of this page, I have the gold foiled sticker hearts. I have the gold painted wood veneer hearts. And then I have some two-tone pink epoxy hearts. So lots of hearts on this page. But I love Plum and I love this experience, so I feel like it's appropriate. I'm just trying to use my forceps here to glue down the wood veneer so I don't get my fingers all gold, because I was impatient and didn't want to wait for them to dry all the way. But this worked out okay. So I have a cow up there with two little hearts, and then I have my cow down by the title, and then I decided to put these two little hearts on that darker cut apart piece. I just felt like they stood out better there, and spatially it worked out better to kind of fill in that gap between that. And I'll end up pulling that green good vibes down. I popped that up on some foam so there's a little bit of dimension, but that'll rest right above those wood veneer hearts too, just to beef out that cluster a little bit more. And it's right next to the bottom photo, which is kind of our final, like, look at us, she's halter broken, we're posing together because we did it. So I like the good vibes down there next to that photo. And then this is where I move that gold heart. I like it a lot better down there on the second photo. And then this is my little sticker sheet of epoxy hearts that Lisa sent me, and I love them and have been slightly hoarding them since she's given them to me. But I really thought a couple of these pink shades went really well on this page, so I'm going to go ahead and get 4 of those hearts on here. Other than that, honestly, I wish I could have added more, but I kind of ran out of ideas and I felt like it was fine how it was, so I didn't want to put too much pressure to just keep on going. We already have 3 separate types of hearts because I did that, so I figured I would go ahead and just add a little bit of journaling down the side of the photos and call it good. So I really like how this one turned out. I love the big bold florals. This was a really fun sketch to play along with. It definitely created a different page for me that I wouldn't have created on my own, so I really love using sketches that way. You'll see me turn my page in a minute and just do some journaling down the side. All it says was Plum put on quite the rodeo when I halter broke her, and then I dated it. This was October 13th of 2011. And the close-ups will be here in a minute. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this process video. Make sure you check out the description for everyone else playing along with Off the Board with Pineapple Papers. And also check out Christy and her 30 days of sketches, because she's had like a video a day doing different sketches, and that's always really impressive when these ladies do a video a day for a month. I can't imagine how much work goes into that. And I've been seeing what she's been creating, and everything's been really, really fun. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.